Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Ashley McDowell. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. IPI gives a proposal on the enforcement actions filed against them. Also tonight, another autonomous agency is requiring the COVID-19 vaccine. And what is the CNMI'S financial status? We hear from Finance Secretary. In sports, these trophies you can plant or use them as paperweights. Stay with us, these stories and more are next.
For the different beats of your life, we're here to keep you connected the way you want it. Plans made for you, by you. Build your own bundle with Link. Select the internet, entertainment, mobile, and home phone plans that fit your lifestyle. Pay for what you want, not for what you don't. Build your own bundle and save with Link.
A meal replacement smoothie is a great way to keep your fitness goals on track during the holiday season, and they taste great, fast, and easy. The December smoothie of the month is Minty Java Chocolate Chip, and it's just $5. Check out the Shake Cafe, Gold's Gym, Garapan.
Our new McDonald's Spicy Chicken McNuggets are just the right amount of spicy. A small to medium Sprite kind of spicy. Let's get a McFlurry after this kind of spicy. But if you get the mighty hot sauce, it's a napkins for foreheads now kind of spicy. This came from McDonald's kind of spicy. Because our Spicy Chicken McNuggets, breaded in tempura and made with cayenne, are just the right amount of spicy. Unless you remember what I said about the sauce. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hafa Day, Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Wednesday, February 24th, 2021. Imperial Pacific, who is in arrears for tens of millions of dollars to the Commonwealth, has apparently proposed what's being called a global settlement. Details at today's casino meeting were still scarce. The board voted to resume their monthly meeting tomorrow as they await financial details. The Commonwealth Casino Commission met this morning where the CCC Director, Andrew Yom, informed the Commission that Imperial Pacific International has proposed a global settlement on 5 enforcement actions that have been filed against the company.
This morning, we've been advised by both the CCC Director and the Legal Counsel that there is a global settlement being proposed by IPI in reference to those enforcement actions.
The commissioners initiated 5 enforcement actions against Imperial Pacific International, addressing violations made by the company. Complaint 1, failure to contribute $20 million in community benefit funds. Complaint 2, failure to pay annual license fee. Complaint 3, violation of commission order requiring casino licensee to maintain sufficient working capital to pay 3 months payroll. Complaint 4, commission order requiring casino licensee to settle accounts payable. And Complaint 5, failure to pay annual regulatory fee. 2 evidentiary hearings have been scheduled for the 5 complaints.
The Commission have been very concerned regarding all of these alleged violations. The Commission had initiated 5 different enforcement actions. But because of all of the due process requirement that's built in not only in the gaming laws but also in the Administrative Procedures Act, and we have our own 2 lawyers advising us about the process, we have finally scheduled 2 evidentiary hearings. Of the 5, two have been consolidated, and the evidentiary hearing will start tomorrow at 10 in the morning. The second evidentiary hearing that consolidated the remaining three of the five has been scheduled for next week, March 2nd.
Guerrero says the commission has not seen details of the proposed settlement. They could hear those details tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. If the commission decides to accept the settlement, they say the evidentiary hearings could be dropped.
If there's agreement to accept that or accept with modifications, then it may affect what we've already scheduled. But again, I don't know. If we don't think it's worth to go settling it, then we will proceed at 10 o'clock.
It is still unclear if IPI has legal counsel. Juan Lezama recently represented the chairwoman of IPI in a recent case in federal court, but made it clear he is not representing the company. KSPN asked IPI PIO Tao Zing today who is the attorney representing IPI. He responded, none. IPI CEO Ray Yumel also came before the casino commissioners this morning to address his role in resolving some of the issues the company is facing.
As everyone is aware, I am here to help resolve the multitude of complex issues facing IPI. Today, it's in front of you. Honorable members of the Commonwealth Casino Commission, and as a person with a strong background in management and my experience in dealing with conflict and crisis resolution, I and my team will put forth a plan to resolve this problem. However, my immediate goal at this point is to stabilize the company. I have been with IPI for just over a month now. Payroll is up to date as of last pay period 4. This coming pay period 5, which is due this Friday, is another challenge that I will attempt to solve, which will mean more cost-cutting measures. Unfortunately, this will include furloughing additional staff not critically needed at this time. I know IPI has not made any payments to you, the CCC, the required regulatory fee of $3.15 million, which was due last year. It is not that IPI has ignored CCC. On the contrary, payment is required in order for the CCC to do its job and vet me just like all vendors and employees who wish to work or conduct business with the casino. And IPI fully knows that it needs the CCC in order to be back in business.
Yumel wrapped up his remarks by stating he would present his comments on the global settlement offered to CCC during the hearing Thursday morning. All employees working for the Commonwealth Casino Commission will now be required to get the COVID-19 vaccine. The CCC board voted unanimously to approve Commission Order 2021-001 that requires all employees to be COVID-19 vaccinated.
All those in favor of approving Commission Order 2021-001, authorizing the CCC Executive Director to require employees to provide proof of COVID-19 vaccination, say aye. Aye. Any opposition, say nay. Hearing none, the CCC Commission Order number 2021-001 is hereby approved and adopted.
Guerrero says there are 2 exemptions, medical or religion.
Should an employee feel he or she has a legitimate religious or medical reason for an exemption, then we're going to have to work very closely to try to accommodate that in a way which is not unduly burdensome to the Commission. In giving work from home and telecommuting and meetings, I do think that there would be some way to accommodate exemptions. But the policy obviously is that no employee of the Commission is ever to pose a threat to other employees or the safety of our clients. And this vaccination would stop the employees from being such a threat.
Employees will be required to provide proof of vaccination. Governor Torres mandated last week that all employees of the CNMI government get vaccinated, as did the Commonwealth Ports Authority. Finance Secretary appears before the House Ways and Means Committee for an update on the CNMI'S financial status on Wednesday. Our Sally Lemus has the details.
David Atelick, the CNMI'S Finance Secretary, reports that the revenue collection for the first quarter amounts to $26.2 million. Atelick states for now they do not see any fiscal constraints or austerity plans until they get the numbers for the second quarter. But the Department of Finance reports that there is a deficit in the first quarter.
One of the main sources of our over expenditure is about $8 million in COVID expenditures. Expenditures for the quarantine facilities and personnel in our departments of defense, DPS, as well as customs for the border control, as well as quarantine facility management.
Because of all the federal assistance coming in, the CNMI will be able to pay off vendors that has been helping during the pandemic.
We're hopeful that a lot of the federal aid coming in and programs, as well as a lot of projects that are coming into play this fiscal year due to the awards of Typhoon U2 recovery with hazard mitigations and the PA projects. So it took a couple years to get a lot of these infrastructure projects and U2 recovery programs into play, which will contribute to our economy and the projections for taxes and for our operations as a government.
The CNMI is required to pay $7 million annually for in-debt service payments. The debts include bond payments, loans, and the settlement fund payment, which is for the 75% retirees pension.
In the first quarter, we've paid our bonds about $700,000. We expect in next month, we have another payment of about $2.9 million for debt for our bonds in the past.
There is also a Bank of Guam loan for the pension obligation bond, which the CNMI has paid back $300,000. As for the MPLT debt, all earned interest is being offset.
There's no actual cash payment to MPLT, so as we get quarterly reports from MPLT, they show us how much has been credited towards that debt. And so to date, they've already credited over about $3 million of the $15 million in MPLT debt.
Ways and Means Chairman Donna Maglonia states his committee requested a financial report for the first quarter and a list of furloughed employees, which does not come from the Finance Department but was provided by the Office of Personnel Management.
The Marianas Visitors Authority met with the new legislature this morning to educate lawmakers on where tourism was, where it is now, and where it is going. MVA's board chair, Marianne Pierce, opened up the tourism forum and was followed by MVA managers who took lawmakers through some of the successes and challenges that our tourism industry is dealing with. For several newly elected lawmakers, this is a chance to learn about the CNMI'S #1 revenue source. How do we safely restart tourism? Which markets will MVA target? How do we keep the community safe while welcoming visitors who are hesitant themselves back to our shores? MVA's budget has been cut over 80%, and that means MVA now has just 12 employees. Representation in Korea, Japan, and China has been drastically cut. The hope is that a trickle of tourists should come back sometime late summer. The event was held inside the Fiesta Resort. Coming up, a major transformation will soon be in the works for the Garapan area. We have the details after the break.
For your smiles, they give me endless pride. For our shared moments, that become an endless treasure. And when I've taught you everything I know, I promise to always be here to watch you grow. You've got endless potential, son.
Access all you'll ever need, giving you endless data on your favorite social apps.
Winigipit Chai Pharmacy in Gofadahi, Ihinim Lomo.
Our complete line of pharmaceuticals and lowest prices ensure you get the treatment that you deserve.
Our compassionate, friendly, multilingual staff will take the time to get to know you, explain your medications to you, and answer any questions that you may have.
Ngere ayor sumaye uhalweres ren, kutsu wayor safeye emal ebalisiu klalyamweres.
Inumin ang inyong gamot ayon sa inireseta ng inyong doktor at alinsunod sa bilin ng inyong parmasutiko.
We accept most insurance, but in case you don't have coverage, we offer cost-effective generic drugs.
PHI Pharmacy, your lifelong partner in health. PHI, the pharmacy you can trust.
So what are you going to do this year? At Gold's, a dedicated fitness studio with a cushioned floor is perfect for group exercise. The cardio room features a variety of treadmills, bikes, steppers, and ellipticals. Fitness machines will help you achieve your goals, and the largest free weight area on Saipan gives you comfortable space to work out. Gold's Gym team is ready to help you get to your goals. Try harder. We know you can do it. Green sea turtles and hawksbill turtles call the Mariana Islands home. They are an important part of the marine ecosystem. They are under threat, and they are protected under CNMI law. Keep plastic out of the ocean. Keep vehicles off the beach. Use the Sea Turtle Stranding Hotline if you see poaching activities or if you see a turtle in trouble. Call 287-8537 and save a turtle.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. Over $10 million is now officially in the pipeline to improve the Garapan area. Our Chris Nelson has more.
Cleanup started in the Central Tourism District of Garapan today, part of the Public-Private Partnership Program, but that is just window dressing. The good news is that the big projects could start fairly soon, as the Office of Planning and Development says they are preparing for what will be a major transformation. Chris Conception.
So we're doing that. We're kind of just getting things in order. We received the approval for the grant for Garapan revitalization, which is great news. Thank you to EDA for
how much money is that?
$11.2 million is going towards the revitalization of this area, which we term the Garapan Core, and it's going to include traditionally what we call Hotel Street and Beach Road from Memorial Park towards DFS.
What would you say out of that 11.2 million, what are people going to see is the biggest difference?
We'll have sidewalks and curbs on both sides of each street. As we can see here, there's no sidewalks and curbs on almost every street. It's really just Tree Avenue that has sidewalks on one side, and so that's going to sort of encourage more pedestrian-friendly businesses, and it's going to encourage people to come here and walk around the area because there will be designated sidewalks. And so from there, we're going to put in new lighting, some overall attractive landscaping, so that the place has this sort of resort appeal, which timeline. We're estimating at least 36 months from notice to proceed to completion.
BMV's car registration and driver's written testing will now be in different buildings. The Bureau of Motor Vehicle Registration Office has moved to a nearby building within the DPS premises. It is now located behind the office of the Commonwealth Election Commission. The driver's written testing will also be conducted at the backside of the new building. The BMV driver's license renewal, on-the-road testing, and watercraft registration will still be at the original building. As for services, BMV has allocated specific times for each service. The cashier's windows remain closed, so individuals are asked to make payments at the CNMI Treasury Office on Capitol Hill, the Revenue Tax in Dandan, or at the CNMI Customs Office within the CK Post Office before turning in documents.
Thank you, Ashley. All right, coming up in sports, what's going on with this former Pacific Games gold medalist? We've got the details.
In entertainment lets you do TV your way with Docomo Pacific D TV Plus. Watch your favorite live and local channels, stream movies and shows on TV, on your phone, and on your tablet, right from your Docomo Pacific Wi-Fi. No more wires, no more cable boxes, now with the best price. Do TV your way with Docomo Pacific D TV Plus.
Buy one, get one free for the off-road adventure at Mariana's Trekking. Come ride our side-by-sides at our best price ever and experience a great 90-minute trail ride. Rain or shine, hopefully rain. Book now at Mariana's Trekking. Saturdays and Sundays by reservation. Call 323-8735 or book at marianastrekking.com.
Hi, I'm Dre, one of the personal trainers here at Goat's Gym, and today we're going to go over the kettlebell deadlift. Fantastic exercise to build overall strength, particularly in the legs and hips. Remember, we want to make sure that our setup is in good position. If you set up in a bad position, it's not going to look good and it's certainly not going to feel good. So a common error setup is obviously a rounded upper back. Two simple ways of correcting that. All I'm gonna have Vince do here is extend his arms up here, and all he's gonna do is think about reaching long and pushing his hips back. Reach long and push your hips back. So as you can see, he's already in good position. Now all he's gonna do is grab that kettlebell. He's got tension in his legs and in his back. All he's gonna do is just stand up tall, finish with his glutes.
Tonight's sports brought to you in part by Tan Holdings through the Tan Su Lin Foundation, making communities a better place to live. Buenas sports fans. Buenas sports fans, it's over. It's all over. All that's left to do now is plant the coconuts and let them grow up just like children do. The White Coconut Classic Tennis Tournament concluded Sunday afternoon. In the men's final, Sean Lee in the near court with the blast to the corner that Jimin Wu couldn't handle.
Nice one.
Jimin with the winner when Sean goes OB. Wu wins the men's singles 6-1, 6-4.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Oh. A couple of former college players in the 40 and up finals. Tomas Abel in blue versus Peter Loken in white.
He is going to play there, but not for a couple minutes.
What a point. Wow, what a point.
There you go.
Good job, guys.
Nice.
And it's the former teacher of the year, Peter Loken, winning 6-4, 6-4. The women's final was won by a teenager, Saren Chung, who knocked off Heijin Elliott in 3 sets. Get her a coconut, just like Robbie Shore got years ago.
How does it feel giving a champion coconut? You've done that before, haven't you?
I've had the honor of basking in coconuts won by another member of my family. As his name's going to come to me in a minute. He's off in the States somewhere now, trying to move along his career in life, which might include tennis too. In fact, I have something I'm going to show you that I brought as a souvenir. It's over there in the back.
Well, let's go over there and get it. Wait, Nate, come over here. You got your own coconut? Yeah. What do you think that's going to be in the future? A classic? Maybe. All right, let's check here and see what Jeff get here. Oh my gosh, this is unbelievable. Classic.
From Robbie's trophy shelf, 2012, when he was 9 years old. He was the boys 10 and under singles champion. And we have a few more of these things. I'd hate to open it up and see what the coconut milk would be like now, but on the other hand, these make great paperweights, memories, and I want to let everybody here know that not only did Bud White team with Coach Jeff, one of the best players and coaches throughout the Pacific, but they put together a great program. So this was for encouragement for the kids today who were there, including Nathan.
Nathan, you just won this. Now, after hearing Jeff say that, your feelings?
Well, I just hope that I can do better, because I felt like I didn't do that good. I mean, I still won, but...
Well, you won, and how could you do better? After seeing Robbie's dad do that, what are you going to do with that coconut?
Use it as a paperweight, I guess.
Too bad no one uses paper anymore. Hey, where are these former coconut holders now? Well, Robbie Shore is surviving the cold. We get a report from his father, Jeff.
Doing great. Because of the COVID scare, he didn't play any fall events, but last weekend he got on the court for the first time, won singles and doubles. He felt very good about it. The team did well. They're only driving in a small area. Robbie is in a small school in south central Missouri called William Woods University. It's got a very good tennis program in the NAIA level, and so he's 1 for 1 on the weekend, hasn't lost yet.
Here's the windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw!
Go-karts, off-roading, and the driving range now open at Marianas Trekking. Go-kart track will be open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays with 50% off when you book online at marianastrekking.com, hours 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Use the promo code HAFA50 to get your discount. Off-roading is open too by reservation. Come on a 90-minute trail ride that is perfect for families. Book online at marianastrekking.com. Golfers, come practice on the driving range. You can even pay online, and we will have the balls waiting for you. Come see us weekends at Marianas Trekking, 323-8735. You have the flexibility to work out between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. At Gold's Gym, we call this off-peak, and it can save you money. Short-term daytime memberships on sale now, just $59 per month, and gets you access to the biggest and cleanest fitness center on island. Get yourself healthy and strong. Check out Gold's Gym today.
Today's high was 87, low 78, humidity 70%. Tomorrow, about the same. Partly cloudy, isolated showers, east winds 5 to 15, high 87, low 77, seas 5 to 7 feet, sunrise 6:36, high tide 7:28 in the morning, a low tide at 12:52, sunset at 6:23. You've been watching the midweek edition of the KSPN2 News. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you back here Friday night.